Hey guys, Mini Toy Collector Mom here. Today we are going to draw Lippy Lips, which is one of my favorites. So let's go ahead and get started. I'm using a pencil just in case I have any mistakes I can erase. And let's go ahead and look at Lippy Lips. I see a square for her body, kind of a rectangle shape for the area with the hearts, another square, and this looks like half of a square up here. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started with our basic shapes. Let's do the body here. So I'm going to go ahead and do my square, making sure to leave room at the bottom for her little bow tie and her shoes, it looks like. So go ahead and just draw a square there. Next, we're going to do this part right here with the hearts. It almost looks like a rectangle. It's kind of got rounded sides, so just keep that in mind when you're drawing this. It's kind of rounded here, and it's also rounded right there. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to erase the top of my square here. And I'm going to go ahead and give this a more rounded shape. So I went ahead and rounded that off. And like I said, even the top looks like it's a little rounded. All right, now when you guys are doing this, make sure you leave enough room. Lippy Lips pretty big. It takes up, pretend the card is your piece of paper. She pretty much takes up the whole up and down of your piece of paper. So keep that in mind when you're drawing so you don't run out of space. Okay. So next we're going to go ahead and draw this area, which is just a square. It basically looks like a nice square. So remember, leave room for the top of her lipstick, guys. Don't forget about that lipstick top. And the top of this square is also a little bit curved. So you can go ahead and curve that. All right. Now we have the top of our lipstick. When you're thinking about this, actually, you know what? This looks like a triangle to me. If I go like this, I definitely see a triangle. So why don't we do that? Why don't we do a triangle? I'm going to go all the way up to pretty much the top of my page here. And then I'm just going to connect this. And I have a nice triangle. And what's at the top of our triangle is kind of a really thin oval. So think of this as the center of your oval and go ahead and curve it around like this. Okay? And then curve it on the other side of that triangle line we just did. And then you're going to erase. So go ahead and erase. So we have a lot of shapes going on, which is kind of cool to be able to break things down as shapes. So let's go ahead and go back to our main part of Lippy Lips here. She has a round eye and she has a wink eye. And her eye comes pretty close to the edge of her side here. And it looks like it's in the center of our square. So let's go ahead and draw her eye here. And actually, that looks a little big to me. She does not have huge eyes, you know. She actually has kind of smaller looking eyes. So I'm going to make my circle a little smaller because we need to leave room because she has her one eyebrow's going up like that. And then she has two eyelashes down at the bottom and one at the top. Let me go ahead and clean up my circle here. Got a little messy with my lines. And then if you notice, she has that crescent again, just a crescent shape right here, the crescent moon shape. And then she also has that other kind of half crescent right here, which is more of her black part of her eye. So she has a blue eye with the black inside, and then they always have these little circles they leave white. So let's go ahead and fill in her eye. All right, that looks awesome. So let's go ahead and do her wink eye. If you notice, it's at the bottom of her eye, her wink. So I'm going to go ahead and just do my curved line. Look like she's winking. And she has her little eyelash going on. And then she has like the tiniest little nose right there in between. Just this tiny little nose. And she has little lips. She has very puckery lips. You can see her pucker lips. So for her pucker lips, they're really tiny. Like she's puckering up, getting ready to put her makeup on. It's just a curved half a circle and another one. So two half circles that are connected. And then they kind of go down, the line goes down to the left. And this is where you kind of go swoop down like that. And then you're going to connect it to that top line right there. And her lips look like they're just open, just like the tiniest bit. And that's where you can kind of go in and maybe just get a little bit of shade for those little lips. All right, so she does have another eyelash or eyebrow that's underneath. It drops below her right one. So we're gonna make that one. And you know what? I don't like that line that I did. If you guys notice, it starts directly above where her wink eye is. So let me make sure I'm doing my measuring here and doing that properly for that lash. If you guys make mistakes, just erase and try again. That's why there are erasers. They are our friends. All right, so she has two hands. This one looks like it's holding her powder brush. And her arm starts under her eye. It comes out like this. And it goes up right above her eye. She kind of has this curved looking circle. And it just curves. And then there's a line that kind of connects it all right here. On these sparkle cards, it's kind of hard to see the details of some things, but I know that's like a little powder brush. And she's holding it in her arm. Two little lines come up, and then if you just do like a big, kind of like a triangle, a little big one, and then just do wavy lines at the top, and then you can just do some simple lines and kind of make that look like a little powder brush she has in her hand. Okay, her other hand, she's not holding anything in this hand, but it does start right where that wink eye is. Okay, and this is actually on her body. So you're going to move in a little bit, and then you're just going to go out and kind of do that roundish arm that these Shopkins are famous for. Their little fat arms. And then you're going to erase that line. All right. So, like I said, these glitter cards are kind of hard to see detail. And I'm assuming this looks like a bow under her lips. So I'm just going to do, like I said, it's kind of hard to see. I'm just going to do a circle and 2 triangles coming out for that bow. Because like I said, these glitter cards are kind of hard to see. And then it looks like her boots, her shoes, they come in a little bit. Whoops, sorry guys. Let me move this over for you. They come over a little bit inside of the edge here. And they connect. They just go up like that and then kind of connect at the bottom. Almost looks like she has maybe boots on or something. I can't really tell. I'm sure you guys know what kind of boots or shoes she has on. And this one is definitely in way more. Like it's almost under that wink eye. So I'm going to go ahead and connect those 2 there. And we're just going to keep it simple for this detail. It actually looks like it's more rounded. Like I said, these glitter cards are so hard to see the detail. So I'm going to go ahead and connect that roundedness of the bow with the bottom of the shoe, just to make it look like it flows a little better. All right, so we're moving on. We're moving on to the detail. She has 3 hearts, and they look like they are centered. So I'm just going to do 3 hearts. Okay, and then for this piece, it almost looks like there's just a line here. Just to like, if you want to do some shading, it almost looks like this is just a little bit lighter than what that top piece will be. All right, I think I'm pretty happy with how this is turning out. I think I'm going to go back and just really define my lines. So I'm going to start here at the top and just really go over my lines and really define them. And like I said, last time on my tutorial, I showed you guys these really thin markers. These are really great to go over your lines if you just want a pop of color. That way you're not having to really lose a lot of that detail that you spent so much time drawing these Shopkins pictures, because they do have a lot of little details in them. So I know I don't like to lose any of that. I'm just going to go ahead and fill these hearts in real quick. I think they look a little better solid. And then the only thing that's left is I really need to clean up her body. I need to define those lines. All right, I love how Lippy Lips turned out. She is so awesome. Guys, I promise I'm getting to your requests. I think the next one I'm going to do is Cupcake Queen. So she is coming, I promise. But for now, I hope you like Lippy Lips. Please subscribe and like my channel. Bye.